Hello, everyone. Welcome to Brian and Sherry 4.0. Brian here, and of course, I am joined with my co-host, Sherry Johnson. I'm out of breath.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our show tonight. Did you forget my name for a minute?
I didn't forget your name. Because we're running behind. I ran downstairs. I had to, because my phone was downstairs. So I had to run downstairs and then, do whatever, talk to you, run back upstairs, go to the bathroom. So, yeah. And now I'm trying to get into my...
Are you saying you're out of breath? Is that what that was?
I'm out of breath because we're trying to hurry up here. So, and I can't get into my candy, so I have to...
Well, everyone... We're running behind tonight because you had to go get your candy.
I did.
I hope everyone understands that, That's why we're behind. It's all good right now. You are not just eating any sort of candy. You actually have candy that you had brought back from Disney. Is that correct?
I'm having a fair... I can't even open it. And I just cut it. Yes, this is, because everybody knows I eat jelly beans. I love jelly beans. They also have Mike and Ike's, but yes, I did bring them back from Disney, as you can see, because I know my aunt has a couple of these too. But I also have shortbread cookies too that I brought back that I need to eat before they go bad. But it's pretty sad. I gotta get into a bag with scissors. I still can't open it.
Goofy on the front. Okay. You can't. Do you have scissors?
I can't open the bag.
Bite it. Just bite it.
I can't get in there. I can't get into them.
Stick your pen through it.
Holy Christ in heaven. But the problem is that these are resealable bags, so I don't want to accidentally cut the part that,
Oh.
reseals, which I think I just did. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, I can get into them. Oh, God. So how are you this chilly night?
Brian, I am sitting here. You know what a Snuggie is?
I can see that you're wearing your Snuggie. What kind of Snuggie?
An Alice in Wonderland Snuggie.
Oh, Alice. I was just going to say.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland. I've had it for a long time. I've had it probably 5 years now. My kids have gotten it for me. And, I just can't get used to just wearing it on the front. You wear it backwards. Unlike a normal coat, you put on and comes around to the front is open. A Snuggie, you put your arms in and the back is open.
Right.
And I think I like it better the old-fashioned way. Like my back is cold, the front's warm. Yeah.
Okay.
So should I turn it around? Is that what you're saying? See, it's designed.
It's up to you.
So that it fits on the front of you, not the back of you. Unless you're really small and it's really big. Here, let me try it. But it is a cool night tonight, Brian. And so I'm going to sit here and be warm.
Okay. All right.
Now, you're not wearing a sweatshirt, are you? Oh.
I am, yes. Yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay. I thought it was just a shirt for a minute, from what I can see.
No, that's my shirt.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I'm small enough I can wear it on my back the wrong way. So I'm going to do that. Yeah. That's much better.
Fantastic.
Yes. I should have thought about that, but... Yeah.
Okay.
I'm tired, though. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. Hello to everyone watching on Facebook Live, and for those listening to us on Spreaker, don't forget you can go to our website. Well, you can go to our website, too. facebook.com/Brian.Sherry-Show, and watch us live. So hello to my grandmother and my aunt, my ex-neighbor, Johanna. We have Bill, is joining us again tonight. Hello to Bill. Brad Johnson is watching. And Dan Payton. I forgot to mention last night, I forgot to ask a very, very important question last night. To you.
Sure. Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
Have you been reading the last, what's it called? The Last Starship of Earth? From Earth or of Earth?
Yes.
It's been a while since I've read it, Dan.
Yes, I have been reading it. And Dan, I'm sorry, I haven't finished it yet, but I have been trying to sneak in a chapter here and there all week. And I am now up to chapter 10, and I can't wait till like the show ends, because then it's my time for the day. I'm
Right.
not with kids and around people. And I'm going to sit back with the Snuggie and I'm going to read as much as I can. Because, Brian, once I started reading it, I like just couldn't put it down. It just drew me right in, because you're a main character, I'm a main character, and it's just really different than what I had read in the last book that Dan had created. So it's really interesting. It's definitely on our level of,
Yes.
of interest, should I say. And it's really fun to read, and it's really exciting, and I'm really getting into this romantic part right now. So and
You
it
have
involves me and a character.
So you have a love interest in the book.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I do. And I love his choice of characters, and overall, all the characters are really interesting. They all have their own personality. He really brings out everyone's personality in this book, and I love that when I'm reading.
hello, Christopher.
I love to read people's personalities and stuff.
So you obviously have met all of the characters, because it's a big ship, but there's only like a select few of us on the ship, if you kind of get that.
Right.
So believe it or not, I think that the characters are based off of people that we know. For instance,
I noticed that.
Yes, I'll give one secret away, which I know that I think Dan mentioned this, but my grandmother has a role in this book.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was very, very surprised.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a different type of role, but nevertheless, she's actually in this book. So yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know how many other people we know are actually in this book. It's been a while since I've read it, so I actually either need him to send it to me again, or I'm going to have to find it. I forgot how he sent it to me, but I do want to read it again. So, but I'm glad you got
I have the link from Dan, so
you're going to have to forward it to me so that I can read it, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
you have to. You got to find that time of the day, because you're not going to put it down once you start reading.
I didn't.
You just can't read no more for some reason.
I read it on my iPad. So it was, because at first I was going to print it out. I'm just going to print it out, but I'm just like, wait, it's going to print how many pages? I'm like, oh, no, never mind. So, yeah.
I was really surprised to see how many pages this one had, but it's well worth it. And I don't want it to end too soon. I don't want to just rush read it, I'm reading it. I'm really involved in it. It's just exciting. I'm liking it.
Hello, Nikki.
A lot of action.
Hello, Katie.
I don't want to say too much and give it away.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to give anything else away, but, this is,
Dang.
Yeah. Dan, was there anybody else in the story, either related or not related, that's in the book? Because I know that my grandmother is. My grandmother plays technically an important part of the story. She's an important...
I believe your sister is too.
My sister... I was hoping my sister would die in the book, but she doesn't. It's okay. It's all right. Heather is someone you know, a family member or friend. I know my grandmother is. I was just wondering if my aunt made it in there or something. I know there was one story where my aunt was in it briefly or somewhere. But anyways. So yeah, okay. So I'm glad that you've made it to chapter 10. I'm glad that you have finally learned of your love interest and you are now physically reading it in front of you. So I can't wait to either have a digital copy of the book or a printed version. If there's a printed version, I'm going to buy it. So my aunt Stephanie, Steph, I think I could have swore I saw her name in one of the books. And I can't remember if it was the Winter Wizard or Winter Wizard 2 or this one here. I'm not exactly sure. But I'm pretty sure you remember. So, okay, so other than that, so speaking of books, another big thing that's happening is Daniel is coming out with another book, which is set to be released. I believe it was January 30th. I'm trying to remember. And that is Bark, who I believe is a superhero. We're going to have to get more information. We're going to have to see exactly when the book will come out. I'm pretty sure he'll let everybody know. But if I'm not mistaken, this book, we actually have a cameo in this book. Earth's Last Starship. That's the name of the book. I'm sorry. So, oh good. People can pre-order it. Fantastic. So as soon as you can get us links and whatever. Yes, I remember. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this idea was technically drawn up before we did the author challenge. So I think we made a cameo even before we decided to do the author challenge, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. That's how far back this is going. So, but anyways, moving on. So, later in the show, maybe towards the end of. Oh, I'm sorry.
Congratulations! First of all,
I'm happy
to Dan on all these books.
I'm happy that it's finally coming out.
Yeah, coming January 30th. That's awesome.
I know.
Very cool.
So there's the link for the ebook. Bark Episode 1, Mutated Beginnings. That's a different type of title. I'm definitely going to have to read this one. So I'm pretty sure at some point we'll have...
Do you actually see this book becoming like a series or something? Episode 1, and it's going to be a series?
That's a very good question.
Just wondering.
Yeah. So while we wait for him to answer, so later in the show, towards the end of the show, I said last night that we were going to keep this until today's show. Something that we have never talked about on our show, ever. Which is politics. So I wanted to weigh in just I know that I'm probably opening Pandora's box, but we have a small group of listeners who watch us on Facebook Live, and I'm pretty sure each and every one of them has a different opinion, but we're going to be talking about politics, and yes, we're talking about our current president, so I just want, I'll give you the question towards the end of the show, and I just want to see what people have to say about it, about a certain issue that came up recently that he did. So, but we'll save that till later. I don't want to hear nothing about him right now. We also have another what-if type of scenario for everyone, because last night's kind of went very well. I'm not sure if we have more than one. We'll see. A lot of our listeners give us these scenarios. I think that they like to see what Sherry and I are going to say in these type of scenarios. So I think one of our avid listeners and number one fan brought us this one for tonight, one of scenarios. So we're going to be talking about that as well. The other thing I have to talk about, which, like I told you, I'm going to talk about it all the time, is that damn app. So this app is so important. It will save your life. Maybe. We have our own app, and I encourage people to download it so that way you can never lose touch with our show. Hello, Frankie. Hello to Allie. It's so easy, and it's free, people. It's free. So, I mean, this app is free. So, as you can see, it has a list of all of our episodes. They're uploaded every time we're done with a show. And as you can see, tonight's episode, it says live. So, that means that you can click on it and actually listen to the show as I'm talking, or as we're talking. You can also chat with us during the show through the app as well to be more involved with the show. So download it. It's on, obviously, Apple and Android. Brian and Sherry Show. So make sure you download the app. I have posted links to our new website. Check out our new website. It's pretty cool. It's not finished. It's under construction, but the gist of our information is there. So take a look. So, Alice Lessman says, hello, Sherry.
Hello.
And Sherry, or Alice, that Sherry is an I. Drop the Y and add an I. And Dan says, currently I have 3 episodes written and will all be throughout 2018. Bark and his friends will join other heroes from other authors in my publishing house in a single story. That's pretty cool. A crossover, I think is what they call that, right? In TV world, anyways, a crossover.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Very, very cool. So, yeah. Fantastic. So, we go from 56, 57 degrees yesterday, warm, hazardous, with all the rain and flooding, to now, I think it's going to be below 0 tonight. So, it's cold out there.
It's very cold. It's cold all over too, in a lot of different places. But tonight we currently are at -9, it says, degrees Celsius. So
that's craziness.
Tomorrow it's going to be -18 through -9. So.
And of course, I have to work tomorrow, and I don't want to work tomorrow. Oh wow, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this weather, cold. But there was so much flooding going on yesterday, and so much ice that's happening in our streams. We really need it to warm up soon. This flooding is not good.
No, it is not.
Up in Williamstown, I saw on the news this morning that some people who were working at some sort of plant, I didn't catch the name of it, they had to bring in a dump truck, and they all climbed up into the back of it because the dump truck was really high out of the water, and they had to drive through the water to get them out of the plant.
Yeah, it was an army truck. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
the army truck. Yeah.
I told you, Sherry.
South. That's right, Vicki.
Yeah, see, I told you. It's time for us to move. We need to
Dan,
move.
that's pretty cool that Jennifer lives near you.
Word of advice for Dan. Okay, word of caution. Word of caution. Be careful of Jennifer because she's been arrested multiple times. She hasn't been doing very well ever since she left Star Trek Voyager. If you remember who She was Sherry. Jennifer, I forgot how you say her last name. Lian. Was Kess on Star Trek Voyager. The one with the mental powers and whatever. That's what she is, yeah. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So be careful. I hear she's nice, though, but it would be very nice to meet her, but still, she might steal something. I don't know. So. But anyways, so in Florida, it's 48 degrees.
48?
48.
They're freezing, huh?
Wow. Well, I'd rather be 48 than -9.
Yeah. I'll take 48 any day.
Yeah, I will too. So, yeah. But anyways, other than that. So, what is our scenario for tonight?
Okay, thank you to our number one fan. He enjoyed listening to our little what ifs last night. So he came up and said, well, he'd like to know, what would you do? Okay, Brian, if your favorite actor or actress showed up at your door, how would you react and what would you do?
What would I do if my favorite actor or actress... Can it be anyone that I idolize? Can it be anybody that you idolize?
Yes. Correct.
Okay. I don't know what I would do. I really don't know what I would do. So, I guess my first question would be why.
Let's put yourself in the situation, okay?
Yeah.
You're up here doing the show, doorbell rings.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on a minute, guys. You go downstairs and you open the front door, and there is who? Who's your favorite actor or actress?
I have too many.
Okay, let's just say it's one of them. And you open the door, and bam, they're standing right there.
Okay, I would have to...
No one else, just them standing.
You know who? You know who I would love to show up at my house? Is Kate Mulgrew.
Okay. Say, she's standing right there. Then what?
I don't know.
Would you be speechless? Would you be like, hi, oh my gosh, come on in? But that's a stranger, right?
I don't care. Come in. It's cold outside. It's -9 degrees. What are you doing here? Did you come here just to see me? Like, yeah. I don't know what I would do. Yeah. I have no idea. I'd butter her up, though. I'd get on her good list. Yes. I want to roll on Orange is the New Black.
Become your new best friend, right?
Yes. Here, let me take a selfie. Let me give you my number. Let me give you my number.
I knew you were gonna say that. Can we take a selfie? I gotta prove you were here.
I have a signed autographed picture from her. I got a couple of years ago. Yeah, I wrote to somewhere and I actually she actually signed it in pen. I have to find it. And it's framed. It's somewheres. I do have one. But
wow.
I don't know what I would do. I really don't know what I would do. I think what? Are you lost? Are you lost? It's nice to see you, but are you lost?
Okay, she comes into your house. What do you offer her to drink?
Anything she wants. Tea, coffee, milk. We have chocolate milk. Do you want chocolate milk? Iced tea? I don't know. I would offer her something to drink and then, okay, what are you doing here? Are you lost? Because you're in the middle of East Bumfuck, Idaho, Berkshire County. Unless she was going to one of the plays or one of the colleges or... I don't know. I don't know. I'm friends with her on Facebook, so maybe that's how she learned of me, but I don't know. So I think I would just be wondering why. And then, what can I do for you? I'll do anything. You want my phone number, just in case? My email? My Skype? Twitter? So, I don't know. Anybody?
Invite her to be on our podcast.
I would love to have Kate Mulgrew on my podcast. That would be the icing on the cake. I could die the next day and just be okay with it. So, who would, people watching, who would you like to see come to your door? Who would you like to see show up at your door? Dan says, I'm close friends with a famous person, but I will not say who, for special reasons. He lives near me, and I am close with his whole family. When I first met him, it was an unexpected meeting at the theater where I was building a set. I was alone, or so I thought. He was there working on the same stuff. I just about passed out. I honestly had a hard time breathing at first. He was so nice, and I realized I had to treat him like another person. He was impressed with my work, and we worked together on that set. Since then, we have been close. He and I text all the time. I talk to his wife, who is also famous. Oh, you know what? And of course, he's not going to tell us who it is. Like, I'm going to run down there and be like, I know you. You're friends with Dan. I'm not going to do that.
You would, Brian.
Well, that's pretty cool.
You know you would be, if you found out who it was.
No. I don't think so.
No.
I mean, Dan could use that as leverage to really get me to go to Chattanooga. No, I'm just kidding. My cousin says The Rock. She would like to see The Rock at her door. I'd like to see The Rock at my door, too. So, we'd be fighting.
That's a good one right there.
Yes. Who would you like to see at your door?
Am I?
Yes.
Well, I know from...
besides me.
Elizabeth Banks.
Besides me, who?
Well, Elizabeth Banks is actually from my city. So, I would like to see her show up and just visit me when she comes to town. That'd be great.
Elizabeth Banks.
I
Okay, I know who she is.
I love her. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'd love to see
A lot
her.
of people don't know that
But
she
The Rock would
actually...
work.
That she's from Pittsfield, that she went to Pittsfield High School, I think it was, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, I know that, because I'm friends with her girl. Woo! We text all the time.
I was not living in Pittsfield at the time that she was. But
Oh, Dan, you don't have to tell us who
Now
it
that I know she's
is.
from here, and she might come here to visit her parents, she can swing by my house and say hi. I would love
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind just having a cup of coffee with them and chatting for like 10, 15 minutes. Okay, I gotta go. That would be fine with me.
Yeah.
You don't. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to become like this obsessive stalker.
I'll text every day. You never know. Could be asked to like go sit off set and watch them work or something. Wouldn't that be fun?
It's either that or...
I miss those days.
Huh?
I miss those days.
Those days?
Being on set. Like, I used to work behind the scenes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I used to
I know.
work with cameras and...
I know. I know.
I miss those days. Mm.
Oh, damn it. You know... But don't forget, we have something coming up that is right down your alley. So I'm going to switch topics for just 1 second. So, that is true, Dan. I could. I'm trying. I'm really trying, Dan, because I really want to go. But I'm having bad feedback from people, and they just don't want me to go. But anyways, other than that. Okay, so... Don't forget that we have our spring tour coming up.
Right.
Which we're going to try not to be have it to be too disastrous like all of our other failed attempts, which we seem to pull out of, surprisingly. But I think this one will go very well. But it's right down your alley because you want to get back behind the camera, and I'm apparently the one that's always in front of the camera, so it kind of works out. So people have
talent backwards dessert.
Yeah, sure. So I know that people have been sending in submissions for where we should go if you live in Massachusetts or the surrounding area for historical places. That's what we're kind of gearing towards. I think it's a cool idea. We've done other things that just didn't really whatever. So which were still fun in our own quirky way. But the plan is to plan everything out right, do it the right way, and of course there will be video, of the tour of where we're going and showing places that we're planning on going to. So, yeah, I think it will work out very well. I think.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Brian, we faced a lot of challenges before. We had bad weather too.
Oh my
so
God.
we got to plan around weather. And that's kind of hard to do that.
We have been plagued the last 3 years with mishaps, problems, technical issues, sound just not working, the internet's not working.
But you know what? Brian.
Tornadoes.
Look at me.
Tornadoes ruining our
here.
bake sale.
It's true.
I mean, come on.
But we're still here. We're still going.
We're still going
that
strong.
We're strong. See?
Yeah.
We made it through all of that.
Yeah.
It's okay. You got this.
I'm still drinking. No, so I think that, this will be very well planned out. But we need more suggestions. We need to know where to go. We have Plymouth down. Someone suggested that we go to the Herman Melville Museum in Pittsfield. My cousin and somebody else said Sturbridge Village. I've never been there either. But like I said, I printed out.
That's definite. Yeah.
Oh yes, I have printed out like 50-something pages of like all historical places in Massachusetts, and I would like to go to as many as I can. So it's a spring tour. So it's going to be at least, I think, 4 trips. We're going to take 4 major trips and do a show from those locations along with the video. There's not going to be any live video because half the time there's no internet or Wi-Fi. Sorry, folks, but I ain't using my data for that. But I think a video will work instead. That's where the app comes in handy, because while we're doing the live show from where we are, you can listen to the show live. I mean, that works out. Our studio is now mobile, folks. We've gone in a new direction. So I can broadcast from wherever I want, which is fantastic. So make sure you download that app. But that's coming up. That's probably starting in May. We're going to wait until May. That way we know it's kind of warm. The weather's going to be okay. Hopefully it won't be a washout. So we need 4 major locations. We have 2 so far. I'm looking for 2 more. 2 more large locations. And if we need to do more, we can do more. But I think 1 month, 1 every Saturday will work perfectly fine. So I think so.
I think you should go to places that are really popular, like Sturbridge Village, Plymouth.
Yeah.
We're looking for more places that are popular, I think. Not just little rocks with writing on them that there was a war there or something.
Well, I think what the problem is that when we've tried to do this before in the past, let's say Salem, or we went to Exeter, New Hampshire, The problem is that we went with an entourage. I'm going to be bougie here for a second. We had a group of people with us. Okay? So people were wondering why there's two people talking to each other, but yet there's all these people like surrounding and someone's recording us. So we had a lot of questions in, I think, the shoe store. Oh, who are you? What are you talking?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
So, which is okay, but it also draws a lot of people in. For instance, Salem. There was a lot of people around, and I, for some reason, froze.
Brian,
Like,
we
I couldn't...
Move. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. It's like stage fright.
It was. So, you know, I mean, we can talk about it now and laugh about it, but when we went to Salem, people thought that the show was actually live from Salem when it actually wasn't.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
We had to, though, because there's so many people, you guys. We couldn't.
No,
they just surrounded.
Oh my God, it was crazy. Plus, it was in the old cemetery. So, and there's a lot of people going through that cemetery. So, when of course we're trying to talk about where we are, and we're getting prepared, and we have like our people that are with us. You know, Damien and Jamie, and was that it? Yeah. But we had people with us, and then they're all, of course, putting the camera up and starting to record us. It wasn't happening because people were like, "What's going on over there?" And then, of course, they're all like, "Oh, is there something? Are they talking about the grave?" Like, I couldn't do it. So we did it
because
out.
we weren't there exactly giving history about where we're standing. We're standing there doing the Brian and Sherry show,
right?
And people didn't understand what we were doing, and there's people in the background trying to go, "Hi, Mom," you know, and get in the way. So it
did not work out.
Annoying. It was great to have all these people interested, but at the same time,
right,
they crowded us in, and it was really hard.
Right. So we ended up doing the show outside of the parking garage of the Natick Mall.
We did. Because it was quiet, but did you see what started happening there, Brian?
People were walking by, and they were wondering, I wonder what they're doing. So, yeah. But it worked out. I did see that statue, by the way, Steph. I did see that, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of town. So, yeah, regardless of who's around us or whatever, we're still doing the show. I really don't care. If they want to stand there and watch and maybe ask questions on who we are or what we do, the better. I really don't care this time. But I'm not going to get crowded like I did in Salem, because that was personal bubble, people. Stand back. So, I mean, I'm not that famous yet. You don't have to get that close, but yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get through it. I'm pretty sure we will.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll be okay.
Yes, we will be okay. So the moment of truth has arrived, and the one topic that we have avoided for the last 3 years, we're going to finally open up and talk about. I think something needs to be said, or at least asked, what the general feel is from people that, you know, listen to our show or watch our show. So, our president pretty much called other countries shitholes.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that? I don't understand this. So, my question is how does everyone feel about that comment? Not about anything else that he's done. Just that one thing that's been in the news. So I just want to, whatever. We're not going to turn this into an ugly debate. If you're for him, that's wonderful. If you're not for him, that's wonderful. But either way, I mean, even the people for him have got to be scratching their head like, oh my God, what did I do? I voted for the wrong or whatever. But,
and let me add something to this. I think there's a lot of people that voted for him. They like what he has in mind for the country, for making it great again. Who wouldn't, right?
Right.
And it's not exactly proven, is it, that he said that? I think one person said he said it, and the other people said they never heard it. right?
The
Or
thing-
did he admit to it?
Well, he's flat out denying it. What happened is that the news channel bleeped out what he had said.
Oh, okay.
So he swore or something for them to bleep it out, So, I mean, he's denying it, but other people in the room are saying, yeah, you said that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just wondering, what people think.
I think he doesn't really talk like a president, but I think he has a lot of good ways of taking care of some of the things we need done for this country. But, he's really got to be careful on how he talks and what he says. And it's wrong of him to just blurt out. I don't agree with that.
Right. Yeah.
It's just wrong.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's not how we should be standing for our country and talking like that. It's very racist.
Right. Yeah. It's true. So, are you friends with him on Twitter? Do you follow his Twitter?
I really don't like getting involved in politics that much. To me, it's out of my hands. There's nothing I can do. It's just a lot of drama right now. I think people should stop focusing on what he said and start taking more action on what's happening with our local governments and, what's really going on in the world right now, not just our presidents swearing. I know it's a big deal to some people. I understand that. It is, actually. But, there's so many major things we got to be thinking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
True. It's too much drama for me to get tied up in. So.
True. Yeah. Well, it's all in how you feel, right? So. Well, we'll see, but it's all over the news, so, but anyways, I mean, that's yesterday's news, so something new I'm pretty sure will be happening, next week or something. We'll hear about something else or whatever. I have to admit, some of the policies that he's made are for the better, but the majority of them are not. But then again, I really don't get into politics. I really don't.
I don't either. That's why I don't like talking about it.
Yeah. So, but sometimes you have to talk about it just a teensy bit to get a feel for it. We always thought that it would turn ugly if we ever talked about politics and religion. That's why we never, ever, ever talked about that on our show. But this is 4.0. This is 4 years now. So at some point, you've got to break the ice. Like I said, just a teeny little bit. And get a feel for what people are thinking, So, and I think we did.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, Dan actually stated what he's denying is that they claimed that he said take them out, like attack or hurt them. He denies saying that. There is no recording of him saying that, and only secondary people have claimed this. He has never denied calling other nations shitholes. On that, I don't think he's incorrect. Those nations are in terrible shape and don't seem to want to get better on their own. I don't approve of foul language, but the idea isn't wrong, in my honest opinion, and he'll leave it at that. Thanks, Dan, for your comment.
Mm-hmm. Point well taken.
Right.
Yep.
Good. Yep.
I mean, if I can help in any way for these countries, I mean, the Philippines alone, they need better internet service. Oh, I'm attacking the Philippines.
Brian's saying this because we tried to interview people in the Philippines. It just doesn't work.
Nope.
Or in Nigeria, Brian. We were able to talk to a Nigerian, right?
Yes, we were on a radio show in Africa.
But we were not able to listen to a Nigerian. Yeah. Oh, I had one of my shows. Sorry. I was not able to hear him.
Oh, on your show. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yormi Aduyalu. I tried interviewing him and could not hear a word, and I felt horrible. Connection's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, it is. I think that the only thing that I can picture in my head is she's trying to Skype with us, like using the internet, but there's only one internet in her town, and there's like a line of people waiting to Skype someone. It's very sad, but funny at the same time. But I mean, I'm actually glad that interview didn't work out.
We tried to do 2 times, yeah.
More than that.
Me too.
I think 4 times, we've tried, and I felt bad at first because, it was a guest coming onto my show, but after the fact,
You know what's weird? After the fact, we found out she wasn't real. And she bashed us horribly.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
And that's just terrible. And I'm sorry, people, if we cannot get you on our show, we try the best we can. My gosh, we even have problems getting But,
we do.
We don't go around bashing everybody.
No, we don't. Maybe just a little. But yeah, so. Oh boy. Well, now people need to wait another week for our show to, well, not so much a week, but people have to wait until Friday for our next show.
Already? Another whole week?
I know, but you know what? It seems to be going by fast. It really does. This month is almost over with. It's crazy. So, I don't know what's going on. Time is flying by. I don't know about anybody else, but to me it is. And I'm fine with that. I don't care. So, I want winter to be over with. We have 40-something days left until spring. We kick off our spring tour, so I'm excited about doing that. And our show throughout the year. And then I get to go on vacation again. Yay! That's my life.
They know you by first name when you walk through that gate, don't they?
I swear, some of them do. We did have the same waiters for the past 2 years. So I did recognize the waiters. I don't think they recognize me because they deal with so many different types of people. But I'm pretty sure that if we were on first name basis, they would remember me. They really would. So yeah. This year I was, I don't want, what's the word I want to use? Not disgusted. I was, oh shit. I want to use a word. I was, I don't know what word I want to use. But anyways, because as you know, Damien's birthday is during the time that we're actually down there. So I like to celebrate his birthday in any way possible. So and of course there's pictures on Facebook and everything else. So I made sure that we celebrated it at the restaurant that he primarily enjoys going to. And that's Be Our Guest. That is Beauty and the Beast's castle. You can eat inside, and I got the room that technically I didn't want, but it was even better. And there was, I paid for a cake to be delivered to the table. It was a surprise, and it went very well. My entire family was there, so I was very happy. Now, actually, on the day of his birthday, we went to a different restaurant for the second time because we liked it so much. I told him, hey, I'm celebrating a birthday today. It's actually today. He's turning 40. There he is right over there. My aunt had to keep him busy. She was my sidekick for these little special events that I was trying to pull off. The waiter did absolutely nothing. There was no acknowledgement of, oh, happy birthday, or they didn't bring any special dessert to the table. There's the blankness. I'm trying to think of the word. I was not happy. I was not happy at all. So hopefully next year it'll be different.
Disappointed too.
Thank you. That's the word. I was disappointed. That's the word I wanted to use. So So yeah, but so hopefully this year goes a little bit.
But the thought is there and the effort was there on your part.
Yes, and I even told Damien. I told the waiter it was your birthday, but obviously they don't care. So, I don't know what happened. Even my aunt was just couldn't believe, that because normally they eat that stuff up. They'll do anything for you to make you happy and celebrate something, So,
Yeah.
But for some reason, I don't know. He was a foreigner anyways. So, but I don't know. But anyways. Well, our little show has come to an end, unfortunately. Oh, Dan, make them remember you. Greet them, get to know them, be friendly. It's a southern thing, I think, but most places I go know me by name, even places I've only visited once. Yeah, I'll have to try that, Dan, but I don't think it'll work. There's too many people to know at that place. So, I'll try it. So, but yeah. All right. So, Friday is our next show. So, make sure everyone tunes in. You never know what we're going to talk about. If anyone has any ideas or topics, please let us know. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Brian.SherryShow. I usually say that too fast. And comment.
You do. I was waiting.
Yeah. I usually realize it and then I slow down. Let us know what you think of the show, what we should be talking about, and don't forget where we should be going for our spring tour. Maybe we'll do a fall tour too. So.
Okay.
So, I want everyone to have a fantastic rest of the weekend. And don't forget to download that freaking app. The app is very important. It's free. So, yeah. So, everyone have a good night. So, good night to Dan and my grandmother and Nikki and Katie and Bill and Christopher and Allie and so many other people who have watched this video and will be watching this video. My grandmother. So, yes. We'll be in touch, Dan. Don't you worry. So everyone have a fantastic night.
You too.
What?
You too, Brian.
Oh, thank you. You too, Sherry.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. Have a great night.